Hey friend, welcome back to Crafter Support. Today we're doing Crafting Christmas Day 6 where I'm going to make a rhinestone apron. So the first thing you need to do is pick a design. I'm going to give you ideas of where you can go get rhinestone designs at, but I chose mine off of Etsy and all I did was upload it to Design Space. So once I uploaded it, I moved it onto my canvas, and here is where you do nothing at this point. Some of the designs will tell you like size it at, and it'll tell you the ratio you need to size it at, and that's all you do. You cannot make it bigger or smaller. The reason being is those little tiny circles have to stay a certain size in order for the rhinestones to flip nicely into them. If you make it too big or you make them too small, your rhinestones aren't going to lay in place. So the material that you use to do this with is a flocking material, and I don't show you guys me cutting it on the machine because it's just a basic cut on a machine, but it's just a flocking material. So when you press make it, you're going to come in and you're going to just leave it alone. You don't have to mirror the image. You don't have to move anything, nothing. You're just going to click make it, and I'm just showing you there should only be two different cuts here, but I had two on my screen and I was looking at different reds that I had, so I wanted to see which red I like best, but we're just going to cut the gray and the bright red for today. So again, you don't want to do anything here. And I can't stress that enough because so many times I have made these projects and I've told people, like personally showing them how to do it, and they want to make it bigger or smaller, and you cannot do that. Someday I'll show you guys how to make your own designs, but for now, we're just going to do a pre-made one that's just super simple. So the backing on this flocking, and I'll link below where you can get it, is sticky. So you can stick it down, you can reuse these. It's not like a one-time thing and done. This is something, if you keep it nice and keep it taken care of, you can make many, many, many of these. As a matter of fact, I've made this design multiple times. So now we're just going to stick it to my mat. So you always want to stick it somewhere that it's nice and clean and a nice flat surface. And you just want to press it down lightly. And now this gives us the ability to move our rhinestones in a circle without the template moving. So I'm going to be using the SS10 Emerald rhinestones, and I got them from I think it's the TRW website. But like I said, I'll link everything below for you. And all you're going to do is literally open the rhinestones and you're just going to dump them on the design. If you do have pets, like little pets or anything, just be careful because these will fly everywhere when you're cleaning them up and sometimes moving them around and picking them up. Just make sure you get them all cleaned back up because we don't want any of the little pets to get them. That wouldn't be good. So all you're going to do is take this little tiny brush. It's like an edging brush. It's real soft and fluffy. And you're just going to go in light circles. You're barely going to touch the design. I mean, literally, you're barely touching those rhinestones. You're just pushing them, like surfacing over top of them. You're not really even touching the blue part of the fluffy stuff. You're just gently rolling them back and forth, going in a circle. And because of the way they're designed, they like nudge each other over to fit in the circle and be facing the right direction. It's amazing. Like, I think it's so cool. It's like science. I think science is really cool. And because, like I said, the way that it's cut, they fall into place by bumping into each other. So it's really easy. If you notice that there's like, okay, you missed a little hole right there, you just brush a couple over back on top of it, go in a little circle, and then brush away. So my tip for this is once you get a section completely done, try to get all of your rhinestones away from that section and make sure you don't have like sleeves that are hanging that are going to knock them out of place, because they're literally just sitting in these little holes. They're not stuck to anything at this point, so you can easily move them if you put too much pressure or brush up against them. The other thing is, if your when you're looking at your design, sometimes rhinestones can get stuck like in between two other rhinestones. So you want to like be mindful of that. And if need be, you can take a pair of really thin tweezers and go in and pick any out that you may have an issue with. But this is such an easy way to do compared to, I remember back in the day whenever I had to rhinestone something, and it was either individually with tweezers or you had that little like rhinestone press thing that was a nightmare. What was it called? The bedazzler thing. Yeah. This like surpasses that. This is like the grown-up version of the bedazzling. Okay, that's what we're going to call this. And it's so cute and I love it. But I don't think I've ever made a full video on it. So let me know if you guys want me to make more videos on the on rhinestones, because I would love to if you guys want to see them. But you can use your Cricut to make it. It's not hard, and the things you can make are really, really cute. So now that we have the green all done, we're going to put these back in the bag because there's a lot in these bags. And I think, or do I do? Oh, I see one that's like out of place and I'm like flicking it out because we don't want that in there. So that's, like I said, you definitely want to look around the whole design and make sure you get all of the little extras out. So now we're just going to use this material. So this is important. This is the transfer paper, tape that you need. And all you do is cut it to fit to size. And this you can reuse as well. The really great thing about this, this idea of crafting and how it works, this rhinestoning, is the material that you buy, you can reuse a lot of it. Obviously not the rhinestones, but you can do the flocking, you can reuse the templates, you can reuse the transfer tape. It's really, if you're getting into something that you want to make a lot of things of, like a lot of designs of, this would be the item I would use. Okay, I'm just going to kind of like hinge to the left, and you have to commit to this. Like once you decide to lay it down, you cannot lift it back up. And if you see up here in the top left, I missed a little bit of it. I'm not going to move the main piece. I'm just going to add to it. And that's perfectly okay. It works great. You just, once you decide to put the sticky down, you have to commit to it, because if you tried to lift it up and not everything was stuck, you would basically have to scrape all of the rhinestones off and start all over. So just hinge it on either side, whatever side you choose, and then keep it pulled firm, and then just let it fall down. Just let it lay down, and you'll see the results of picking up the rhinestones. It is so cool. So now we're just going to lift the rhinestones. I'm using my spatula, my little Cricut spatula, and we're just going to, I noticed right before I even lift them that I want to make sure that those little snowflakes come up with it as well. Because like I said, once you lift it, it's a struggle to put it back down in the exact place. So now we're going to come up at an angle, and we're going to be gentle with our angle. We're not going to like really bend it because we don't want any of those rhinestones popping off. The way the rhinestone is shaped, they're basically just the tips of the flat tips of the rhinestones are sitting on this transfer tape. So the edges are not. So it's just they're kind of just like hanging out there. And now you can put the backing back on it to keep it safe until you're ready to press it. So there it is. It's so cute. All right, now you can peel this back up off of your mat. Do it kind of slow at an angle, just kind of like without stretching it, because the better you take care of it, the more often you can use it. Especially if you have a design that you're allowed to sell. I don't think this is like a design I would be allowed to like make things and sell a lot of or anything like that, which I wouldn't. But this design, you can get other designs that you can get the rights for, especially like off of Design Bundle that I showed you the first day. And they have rhinestone templates, and you can make them and sell them. So if you wanted to start a business and just do rhinestones work, it would be pretty amazing. So that's just an idea for you. So here again, we're just dumping our rhinestones in the center of our design, and we're just going to lightly go in circles and fill in all of the little holes. And this goes pretty quick. So then we just are going to brush away. And then I think I show you one how to, if you end up getting one that can be very frustrating. So like I've had times where I've been making these and like there's just one spot that just the rhinestone will not fall into. So what I do is I just take a pair of fine tweezers, like I said, and I pick up one rhinestone and put it in place. And that's what I'm going to show you here in a second. I mean, you might have two that you put in. I mean, it doesn't take long. And this is in real time. I did not speed this part up. And you've seen how long it didn't take very long at all. So all I'm going to do is zoom in and show you putting that one rhinestone in that would not go in for me. And now I'm going to take the transfer tape and I'm going to just do the exact same thing. I'm going to hinge it and then commit to just laying it down. So my left hand hinges it, my right hand pulls it tight and just lays it down. And then I just rub over the top so I can get all of those rhinestones to stick to the material. And then I'm going to put all the extra rhinestones back in their bag and give this another good press and then peel it up at an angle. And then we'll be ready to press this onto the apron. Guys, it turns out so cute. I can't wait to wear it Christmas morning. So Christmas morning here, I don't know what we're making. What are your traditions for Christmas morning? Like we go back and forth. Like sometimes we sing happy birthday to Jesus and we have birthday cake on Christmas morning. Sometimes we have sticky buns. Sometimes like we do all different things here. But I don't know. I kind of like want to start a new tradition and just keep doing that same thing every year, even though my kids are like, my daughter's an adult and my son's like 16. All right. So I just ironed that. This is a polyester 100% polyester white apron. You don't need to use polyester. You can put this on cotton. But the main thing is you're not going to like move your iron around. So you could do this with a home iron. Just make sure that you are pressing straight down and lifting straight up. And I do about medium pressure for about 10 seconds each section that I'm on. And the reason I do that, like if you try to swirl them, they'll move. Like for sure, I can guarantee you they will move because that's usually what happened to me when I would move mine. And then you just peel it up and they look so cute. I love it. So just peel it at an angle, nice and slow. And that way there, if one lifts while you're doing that, you can just lay it right back down and repress that section. So now they're all stuck down really well. And I'm going to do the red hat part of it. And we're just going to line it up. Here is the hat. And it fits right into the little ball and on top of like the little, it's supposed to be like the cotton piece. And then we're going to protect our other rhinestones while we press the red section in. And again, we're just going to be giving it medium pressure for about 10 seconds each. So I have to like adjust it here. If you had like, I have a heat press, but because of where I have a heat press and other easy presses, like bigger ones. But where I was filming at, I didn't have the capabilities to use my easy press, my big easy press, or I would have used that and just done one full press for about 10 to 15 seconds, medium pressure at probably 330, 340 degrees. The Rhinestone world has like all of their like ideas and like what is the best settings and pressure and things like that. So, like I said, I'll link everything below for you guys to check out. But here is the final look. It turned out so sparkly. I did have one green one that like kind of melted a little bit, so I go ahead and repress that. And guys, you can wash these. Like, I have shirts that I've made out of rhinestones, and I just throw them in the wash inside out and into the dryer, and they're perfectly fine. They have not lost any rhinestones whatsoever. And I've actually made this design on a black sweatshirt, and it looks fabulous. You can't even tell that I've worn it a ton over the holiday season. So now I'm just cooling it off, and I'm going to peel from the other angle, and look how pretty that is. It's so sparkly and shimmery, and I'm excited to wear it Christmas morning, and probably all Christmas Day. I'll just like be bopping on. But after I made this, then I was looking at the little pockets on the apron, and I was like, oh, now I need to make something else. So I need to find some designs to make and put on the little pockets of the apron. Again, you just have to check for sizes, making sure you have the right size, because you cannot change the size once you depending on where you buy it from, unless you make your own. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. Please comment down below if you want more rhinestone videos, and I would be more than happy to share those with you. And I think that's everything. Yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Bye.